Hey everyone, it's Enny, aka the Knock Trader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Now I'm back with another pick of the week. Before I get into my pick of the week, please like and subscribe this video. I've just hit the 150 mark, so yeah, I'm happy. Trying to get to that 1,000 mark so I can start to monetize. But I'm still enjoying making these videos. I actually really like it, and these pick of the weeks have actually made me a bit more a bit more selective with my picks, and it's been really good because ever since I've been doing pick of the weeks, the pick of the weeks that I've chosen have all been winners, and even the one that I chose that was a loss, I didn't enter it because I wasn't confident. So making these videos have really helped me to be more selective and even tell myself which trades not to enter, because I'm kind of more accountable to the people that I'm showing videos to on YouTube. So it's made me a better trader, which is good. Before I get into this week's pick of the week, I want to show you my last pick of the week. I don't know if I put this in my video for the last time, I need to check. But anyway, the last trade that I made was CBM, which was Cambrex. So as you can see in this video, this trade did exactly what I expected it to do. I entered around 4165 for a short, and I made this short position primarily based on the fact that it broken out of its ascending channel pattern and started making a descending channel pattern based on these two blue lines. And then also, when you use a Fibonacci extension, you can see that or you can use the Fibonacci extension. You can see that the point at which it started concurving. Right, let me do that again. You can see that the point at which it started concurving downwards was a pivotal point at the 61.8% level. So the combination of these two things, as well as the 180-day simple moving average started curving downwards, was all telling me that it looked like it was primed for a short. So what I did was that I entered at 4165 for a short, but unfortunately I lost my composure. So if you go down to a shorter time frame, I lost my composure. I entered at 4165 and it started going down, and then the minute the price started going up again, I exited my trade. So I exited my trade at 3989. And I made £88, which isn't much really, because my trade was at 50p per pip. So I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I should have stuck to my guns. And if I just kept my nerve, it would have gone up, gone back into the negative territory, hit this line, and then gone and come back down and hit my exit point exactly where I wanted it, because my limit was set at. Yeah, my limit was set at 3620, so I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I made £88, but I could have potentially made way more than that. I don't even know how much it would have been if I'd. It would have been. Let's do some maths. I would have made £272 if I had just held my position. So that's nearly over three times what I made. So I just need to learn to stick to my guns. I think what happened with that trade was, because I was not by my computer when I exited the trade, I lost my composure when I saw it going against me. But if I had gone down to this 1 hour time frame, I would have seen that this 188 simple moving average on the 1 hour time frame was acting as a support. So it's done it here, and then it shot back down here, and I could go as far as to say that it might carry on going down, but I'm not speculating. I'm out of this trade and I'm happy with what I've made, and I've learnt my lesson. So on to the next trade. Now my pick of the week. So my pick of the week for this week is Crocs. You heard it, Crocs, those ugly shoes that they make. Someone's buying it because their share price is going up. So straight away you can see this pattern. It's very obvious. It's one of my favorite patterns. It's an ascending channel pattern, and it's pretty simple to kind of break down really. Two parallel ascending lines, and it's been peaking and troughing since about November last year, and right now it's hit the support. It's consolidating on the support. Now it looks like it's breaking out of the 15-day simple moving average on the daily chart, which is exactly what I like to look for before I enter. I'm going to tell you a little secret. I actually traded this last week a little bit already, but it was a speculative trade, so I didn't want to share it with you guys just in case it didn't go my way, because you know I always try to wait for confirmation before I trade. I traded it around here, and then I saw it up here. I made about £100, which was good, but I didn't share it with you, so there's no point going into that. As you can see on the daily chart, it looks like it's coming up. The RSI is curving upwards, even though it's in negative territory, and so is the MACD. So these are all positive signs that it looks like it's going to carry on going up. And also the 180-day simple moving average is moving upwards. So these are all great signs that it's going to keep carrying on going up. Now if you look at the weekly chart, there we go. I was trying to find any kind of bearish conclusion I could come up with just in the interest of fairness. Now if you look on the weekly chart, the only thing I would say that is a cause for maybe a little bit of concern is that it peaked in 2011 at the same place that it's peaked now. So this could potentially be a resistance line. So 3245, I just need to watch out for that, because even though that's 2011, you never know. Some old resistances can still be maintained even years later. So this is something I'm just watching out for, that it might double top at 3245. It may not break past it. So I've plotted this line here just to make sure that I'm wary of that. So I'll go back to the daily chart now. So for me, even though it has potential to go all the way past here, when it hits this line, I'm going to just make sure that I set an alert at this line. I want to make sure I set an alert at this line, and so that if it decides that it looks like it's going to start a downturn, I may exit my position, or potentially wait for it to cross over this line and then consolidate on this line, and then I may re-enter again. But this line is still of some importance, so this is just something to take into consideration. Now let's take a recap of all of my pick of the weeks since the beginning of the year. So the first one was Hertz, made £90. It was a decent trade. I think I got out at the right time in hindsight, because Hertz now has just been fluctuating around this price, the same price that it was around then for a while. So I had big dreams. I thought it was going to go up to $19. It hasn't even reached that yet. I think it's still about $16. So in hindsight, I made the right decision. I exited where I did. There's nothing wrong in exiting that too early if in a positive trade. It's better to exit too early than exit too late and then make your wins turns to losses. ASOS, this was another great trade. Made £264 with that, which I was really happy with. Associated British Food. Now this was my pick of the week where I was not really sure of the decision to make, so I held off of making that trade, and it was the right decision, because initially I thought it was a buy, and it eventually ended up being a false breakout. So, and as you can see, my confidence probability was 75%. So that tells me that I was quite aware that I wasn't very confident in this trade, because I gave it a 75%, and normally I'm giving 80s or 85s to my pick of the weeks. So I did not trade it, and I made the right decision, because I would have made a loss. I would have hit my stop loss if I had traded it and bought it, because it ended up being a shorting opportunity. So it's all about being self-aware. If you're kind of confident but not really confident, don't make the trade. There's hundreds of other stocks, thousands of other stocks and ETFs to trade, so don't enter a trade where you're kind of confident. And then CBM, this one showed that as you can see here, my little note to myself, panicked and exited at 3989. It eventually hit my target limit at 3620. I explained that today. Yeah, made £80. Could have made 270, but you win some, you lose some, or sometimes you win some a little less. So in my case, I won some a little less, but there's no problem in that. And now Crocs. Actually, I need to add a little note here. Actually, add a little note. I've hidden another field, so let me unhide. What was the old resistance? Let me remember now. The old resistance was 3245. So yeah, I just left myself a little note just to be wary of the old 2045, the old 2000 level resistance. So I'm gonna hide this. So yeah, Crocs. It's a buying opportunity on the daily chart. It's an ascending channel pattern where the MACD and RSI are all curving upwards. When I enter, I want to set my stop loss for 2740, my entry for 2,800, and my limit for $34. So $27.40, $28, $34 limit. That's a 10x. That's a 10 on my risk to reward. This is the highest one I've had so far, and that's really good. So that means that for every one pound or $1 I'm risking, I'm making £10 or $10, which is great. 10x in my money. Well, not 10x in, but risking £1 to make 10 is brilliant, and hopefully we'll get to 34. But that's quite audacious. In reality, it might only go up to 3245, depending on if it breaks out that. And even if it gets to 3245, that's still a 7x. Let me just leave it here, because even though I hope it gets to 34, I can't assume it'll get to 34, and that resistance is really playing on my mind. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm going to set my limit at 3245. And that's still a 7x potential risk to reward. And the potential profits, if I put $1 per pip, is £1 per pip. I'm not American. £1 per pip is £444, which is pretty good. I reckon I'll take about 14 days, 2 weeks. So we'll see about that. Knowing me, I'll probably exit the trade before it even reaches that, because I always get itchy fingers whenever I'm in a trade and I have to hold for too long. But we'll see what happens there. Anyway, I've talked for quite long in this video. So my pick of the week is Crocs. Not Trader, signing out.